Family, I really want those purple sheets. No one has offered Mama. I mean, you all would give the money, but nobody wants. I guess they're not listening. I think everybody will give Mama everybody will give Mama. You understand? The money for a reading. You know, but no one has offered to buy. Instead, Mama, the purple, deep purple, or lavender, not plum, now deep purple. Let me see, I wish I had some deep purple around here. Some deep purple sheets, 400 count thread or better. Okay, I won't be too greedy. 300 count or better. Not absolutely no one. Or we could do a lavender like this. That lavender work too. I wanted them for the fall, even though it doesn't look like fall. Mama wanted them to go on her bed for the fall. Because what I'm going to do, this mattress set, I'm going to leave it in here. This is going to be guest bedroom because sometimes, well, like a few of the times I had, some people to come out and get readings that drove a long ways. I had one lady that drove from Texas. And another one, well, no, both of those women were out in Texas. One was in Dallas, one was in Houston. But one of them was on her way. Sounded like somebody was walking on the roof. One of them was on their way to Georgia, so they stopped by and got their reading at night. And then they went on head on to Georgia, And so it was like really, really late. So this room is the guest bedroom. And it's going to be, ready for you. I'm going to put a new queen size mattress box spring set in this room. And it will be for all of those weary travelers and stuff like that. You can stay here, if you ain't scared, okay? I got a lot of them scared. I had a few of them call and say, I'm so scared. I'm so nervous. I'm like, what are y'all afraid of? Come on now. Even though I'm not human, you understand, and I take great pride in that. You know what I'm saying? I am not out to hurt you, okay? Face your fears. But this room will be like sort of a guest room, like you would have a guest room suite and everything. And the bathroom is just right across the hallway. Who knows? Maybe I'll just make the master bedroom suite the guest room where, weary travelers can actually stay over and then have a breakfast bar in there in the kitchen and everything. Now, Mama ain't finna cook. Mama just have some things from Chick-fil-A and different little places and stuff like that. They're, available in the kitchen, sort of like a psychic bed and breakfast house. Wouldn't that be nice? I know ain't nobody gonna go for it, but if someone does come through, I will be doing it because I'm getting ready to get this together. I've already had someone to say that they wanted to come over, but the house is not ready, so I meet people and stuff because I want this right in here. I want my antique furniture set up, marble Italian tables up. Not that I'm being vain, but I just know that antiques are intriguing, and people love them, when they come and get their readings, have my crystal ball out and everything to have that certain ambiance, you know what I'm saying, to the place, And I got I'm going to put my neon sign in the window that says psychic, and I'm really excited about it. I had someone to say, oh, you mean to tell me you're going to just let people just straight off the street into the house and everything? Well, you all know I ain't going to do it like that. It's just going to be for my people, my people, my people. You understand? You understand? You understand? Okay? I ain't that crazy. Which, mostly people who come down the street, they're on their way to the river. They're usually men and stuff. But if I look at you and read your energy and I think you safe, the fishers can come by if they want a reading, if they can afford to pay for it. The in-house readings will not be that much. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. The in-person readings wouldn't be too much. Because, so, so those are some of the creative things that I am thinking about doing for my family. But, and I got to get up from here, y'all. I've had a breakfast in bed, and it's really afternoonish, and I gotta get up and do some things because I'm still hand watering plants, trees, and fruit trees and stuff, because we still haven't had rain. Each day looks like it's an eclipse. It's like I'm somewhere in another place and time. It's a very strange look. The sun is just huge. It's just gigantic in the sky. I'm like, are you approaching us? I mean, it's just like this spaceship on this way, y'all. It's like Christ is coming. You understand? But um, I wanted to talk about the fact that I am a fugitive. I'm a fugitive, an escapee. You understand? From another place in time. I am wanted. People are wondering why I'm wanted. I am wanted because I have deliberately, tampered with time, tampered with things that are not to be touched. My particular, I like the way you say team, my team, my creators, my gods have put me in a very precarious situation, where as to I have gone and committed, a very despicable act. And I want to go into depth with it a little bit more in depth. The people who want me, I'm not really intimidated by them. Not at all. They seem to be good people. I think they will try me justly, and I'm not afraid because, once again, I like what you say, Tennessee. I'm sorry, I got to correct it. I kept saying North Carolina, but it's Tennessee. I got a phone call from her, and she corrected me, said, no, Mom, I'm not from North Carolina. I'm from Tennessee. But, I'm going to fix it some kind of way. I know it's somebody in Tennessee that been thinking about Mama, too. So I'm talking about you, too, North Carolina. You better be scared, North Carolina. I don't like you. I don't like no North Carolina. I ain't talking about the people in North Carolina. But when I go in North Carolina, I get the heebie-jeebies. I don't know what it is. It's something that scares me about North Carolina. And I was told if something traumatic happened to one of your ancestors in North Carolina, and that's why you have some type of fear when you go through there, because, I know my ancestors are me. I am a creation of their, sweat and tears and fears. I'm them. But when I go in there, I tremble with fear. I've only gone through North Carolina twice, going through it and coming back. And I'm telling you, the fear is just, I throw up when I go there. It's like someone's going to do something really, really bad to me. Another place I have a fear of, I've never gone there, but just to hear the word Texas, I fear Texas too. It's just and I have a reason for Texas because I'm always finding that they're just lynching people in Texas and giving them the death chamber and giving them the electric chair, whatever they do to them. That place wants to be its own country, honey, so it can take matters into its own hand. But I'm glad the federal government will not allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just had a moment. But I really don't fear, you understand, that place. And I was told by my team, you understand, that they was going to straighten that out. I'm going to be using that. You okay with that, Tennessee? But and then I got another sister up there in Detroit. She called them her engineers. Mm-hmm. And she said that they are the ones responsible for going in there tweaking things. You know what I'm saying? Making things in order. And we're sort of like slaves to them. They own us. I mean, I talk about it all the time. Talk about breaking free from them all the time. But you can. You know what I'm saying? You're a robot. They created you. They made you. You understand? They programmed you to come here and do a specific mission. I don't even think it's all about being here. That's the mission. But when you go back, what you gonna take from this place to bring back to them? That's what they want. It's, simple as that. But I really need my team to come and do some work on me right now. My engineers to do some work on me now. So I've been trying to get over there to my doctor over there. I have a doctor on that side. I need to go to. I wish I could tell y'all his name, but if I do, people gonna be calling my doctor, and I can't do that. It's so funny because I have a doctor just like him over here, and I swear it's him there in the spirit, because when I went to my doctor, I told my doctor, I said, I really need your help, doc, bad. I really need your help, the one on this side. And he was like, he gave me this look, and I gave him this look like, you know who I am. You know you on my team. You know you on my team. He just looked at me like this. He just gave me this look. He gave me what I wanted. He walked out the door. But for some reason, even though doctors think they're God, and they think that they're better than us, you know what I'm saying? Still with me and this doctor. And I'm going to be calling him, in the astral plane. He understands. You understand? He just feels like, he's got to make sure that he lets me know he's more superior than I am. Okay? I'm going to have to bring him down a peg or two, team. You know what I'm saying? Just because you are our engineer does not mean you got to get all besides yourself, doc. Okay? And a lot of people, y'all won't be able to relate to what I'm talking about, but these people do, because they also are owned by different planes. Here's another thing that we talked about too that was intriguing to me. I know you were busy and you had to get off the phone, but those little girls singing and playing. I got another client, y'all. This person is close to me. They're already starting to see the children and hear the children singing and playing and stuff. So, y'all, what's up with these goddamn little children? When you get on the astral plane, they're going, la, 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 la. Hey, hey, what's up with this? With the kids? Sometimes I can just hear them in midair. A lot of people may hear them in their head, but sometimes they may be in midair or in a space like at least about 10 or 15 feet from me, and I can hear, la, 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 la. That's why I saw those little kid games and stuff were evil, like the redhead devil and shit, and my mama's bread is burning. I want to get out of here. Ring around the roses. Children, man, let's talk about children. That's a whole nother video. And I'm going to tell you some stuff in that video. Y'all might get mad with me now. But some little children, man, they are incarnates of very, and it's the truth now. Y'all get mad with me if all y'all want to. That I don't know word, vile spirits. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Vile. Horrendous. I don't want to use that word. That ain't it. Evil don't describe it. Wicked don't describe it. But y'all give me a word for that. You understand? Vile is all I can come up with now. Look it up. See what else will compare to vile spirits. Volatile spirits. Mischievous spirits. Malevolent spirits. Some children are. Now, I'm just going to tell you the truth. A lot of people get angry with me and say, she don't like children. Some children, you understand? Some of them, not all of them. You're dealing with a mastermind of hierarchies. You understand? And I don't even want to use the demons. That don't describe some of these children. That don't describe. Y'all watch the Omens, the original. And matter of fact, May moves. That's one of my favorite songs. That the way the Omen starts off, the concerto for the Omens, I love that one. It's so beautiful to me. That's one of the most beautifulest orchestra pieces ever put together, choir pieces put together. You understand? I love symphony music and stuff like that. I like to look at the original. I like to see them on the violins and the strings and the wind section and the percussions and stuff. See it live and feel the energy from it. If I could just be there live and stuff like that. I'm thinking most of that is done in New York and stuff like that. I'm thinking about making a trip up there, so I can just go to a live concert. I would love to be a part of that energy. Anyways, I said all that to say this right here. When you're dealing with some of these children, you understand? Y'all know y'all gonna get mad. Some of those are the ones that should be sacrificed. I know I'm finna get some thumbs down, but y'all don't know them like I know them. I've been to other worlds to know how they would actually put soul energy, spirit energy into certain children. It's not the children, it's the once again the hierarchies that are using these bodies to come into our plane and to change the landscape, to change and mess with the order of things, the her story of things, the history of things, these alien bodies. I can't even describe it. These parasitic mind forms that are invading, you understand, the bodies of children, because it's so easy to manipulate them and to use them as puppets, in other words. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the actual child I'm talking about, it's the actual lesions that are in the child. And y'all gonna get mad with me, but I'm finna talk. I never will forget there was and to a sense, I was a child like that, probably. I think I was. And this is what, I ain't finna get into that. I ain't going in that direction. Let me talk to y'all. I never will forget. And I've had it too, as a child. So don't y'all get mad with me. There was a little boy that was walking in Moscow on one of my travels. I traveled to Moscow. And I know that's where I was. It's really, really cold and dreary. And I had a fur hat and some boots with fur in them and a coat with fur all in it and had my gloves on to stay warm. And I was walking and, looked like I was on my way to a park and a family had passed by. And when that family had passed by, there was a child that was walking with the family. And all of a sudden, two big old black dogs, came along and started to attack the child. And it was attacking the child, and they were trying to drag him off. Now, all these people, it was only at this child. And everybody was screaming because they wanted to take that child out. Now, let's talk about what that is, because, see, I'm a time jumper. What's going on is, and y'all got to understand this, because a lot of people say that, not a lot of people, I had a couple of people say, oh, I was just so wrong. I got some videos that got thumbed down because I said I hate little children, and only little children I'm talking about are the children who are inhabited by these legions, and I was myself a child too, inhabited by legions. That's why I was adopted, and the process happened where I was just thrown all over the place and everything like that because, of the fact that I am a time jumper. This child also was a time jumper, and what happens is this, dogs can read spirits, so the dogs were attacking this little boy because this boy is probably going to grow up, you understand? And actually, maybe, mess with some of the things that are in divine order, and the child is a threat. So you have, authorities from different astral planes that govern every plane, even govern this one, that will send out, people to take these little beings out, you understand, or dogs, or some type of calamity or tragedy to take these little beings off the planet. Does that make sense? So, you know. So as we scream and we yell and say, "Oh my God, they're trying to take this child from them," no, it's something that must be done. Now you're saying, "Well, Mama, what would you do, Mama, in a situation like that?" Well, I knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Because they tried to get me. I knew. And when I was on the travel, I'm just going to be honest with you. The morals that I have here, the compassion I have here for children, I don't have it on different planes, okay? Because, once again, I am, I am from a hierarchy of legions, you understand? They have a specific operation. I'm one of them. I am. Some of us are those people, and you don't try to understand this, y'all. Don't do your own research, do your own keyword searching, and figure this thing out for yourself. You understand? It's deep. It's deep. And so, how did I feel about the dogs trying to tear the child apart? I think that no one should have intervened, but of course a family's going to intervene. No one wants to see a child just torn into pieces by a dog. If it was my child, no, I would not want that. But we're in another plane. This child on this plane, you understand, is coming. You understand, to come into alter divine order. You understand? I can't put it in a different way. No, I'm not talking about this plane where we have a compassion for little children. I'm talking about that plane. This child was a time jumper just as I have had dogs watching me. Like I say, a hierarchy of authority that watches over every plane. They govern it. You understand? So I've had dogs to watch me. They've never attacked me, but they will if you go to mess with things. That's why now I am a fugitive in a different plane. A lot of people, y'all don't get that theory because guess what? I bet you can't find any of this shit on social media. You can't, but it's real. It's real. There's a lot of fugitives out there. When you're a fugitive, you can't reincarnate until you face justice. Where's justice? The underworld. Do you have to stay there forever? No. You stay there until you learn your lesson. Then they let you out. Anyways, y'all, that's going to end this video. Y'all piece it together and try to figure it out the best way y'all possibly can. I know y'all saying my life is like a movie. My experiences are like a movie. I want to come back. Like I said, I want to keep my promise and keep videos coming so you have a reason to come back. I want to come back and talk to you about the little children, the little evil, you understand, little vile, wicked, determined to make your afterlife evil, little children, you understand, that are really not little children, y'all. Y'all thinking these, oh, what a cute little child. They're not all children. They're not all humans, okay? Get that in your mind. I don't want y'all to go around looking at little children here saying, oh, these are evil little munchkins and stuff. I'm not talking about just ordinary babies, ordinary children. I'm talking about a special kind, the black-eyed kind. Yes, they do exist. And if you want to doubt it, you too will have your experience. Hello? They're not children, y'all. Get that out your head. Okay? Mama loved children, but she don't like them kind of children. They smart, cunning, okay? Deceitful and manipulative. They powered by these strongholds, these dark forces from other worlds. They come to alter our planet's fate and destiny. Okay? Bye-bye, family.